Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. Today is our last video in our random trip from Greensburg, Louisiana to the suburbs of New Orleans. In this video, the weather has turned nasty. We begin as we enter Jefferson Parish on I-10 eastbound. We're in the city of Kenner, the largest incorporated suburb of New Orleans. Kenner is home to the New Orleans International Airport. In 2019, a new terminal building opened on the north side of the airport, positioned to provide better access from I-10. However, the planners didn't have the foresight to directly connect the new terminal to I-10, and as we'll see ahead, construction of ramps is still underway nearly 4 years later. When this was filmed, it was getting close to rush hour, and we'll see some slowdowns, but we were early enough to avoid the bumper-to-bumper traffic that begins around 4 p.m. every weekday. On the left, a flyover ramp brings southbound traffic from Williams Boulevard onto I-10 East. On the right, an on-ramp comes in from the former Airport Access Road, which is mostly only used now by passengers accessing the economy parking by the old terminal. Prior to the opening of the new terminal, this was a major jam point with heavy traffic entering from both sides. We enter Metairie, the most populous unincorporated community in the New Orleans metropolitan area with 143,507 residents as of the 2020 census. Metairie is the 5th largest census-designated place in the United States. Another flyover ramp connects southbound Power Boulevard to I-10 East without any exit. This one joins I-10 from the right. Here, an overpass crosses a drainage canal and Veterans Boulevard. This overpass has prevented the expansion of I-10 west of here due to cost and difficulty of widening the bridge. Once we touch down, the roadway gains 2 lanes in each direction, with noise barrier walls to make life a bit quieter for people who built homes right next to the interstate. At exit 226 is the Clearview Parkway Cloverleaf, still in its original configuration nearly 60 years after it was built. The busy Veterans Boulevard commercial corridor is to our left, and to the right, Clearview leads to the Huey P. Long Bridge over the Mississippi River. Exit 228 is the Causeway Boulevard interchange, which was once identical to the Clearview Cloverleaf, but has been reconfigured in recent years. While it retains most of its original Cloverleaf design, 3 flyover ramps have been added to eliminate the conflict points on Causeway Boulevard where an on-ramp and off-ramp typically come very close together, causing traffic to weave in and out. The Bonneville Boulevard off-ramp has also been combined with the Causeway exit to put Bonneville-bound traffic onto the collector-distributor road before Causeway. Here, I-610 splits off to the left at unnumbered exit 230. We enter the city of New Orleans at the split. From here, we'll be on the Pontchartrain Expressway, which also has been given the name the Avery C. Alexander Expressway. As we round this curve, you can see the Academy Drive pumping station on the right, one of many pumping stations that keeps New Orleans dry during heavy rain as we get into areas that are at or below sea level. Because New Orleans is surrounded by levees and floodwalls, even parts of the city that are above sea level would be prone to flooding without the ability to pump the rainwater out. Exit 231A connects with City Park Avenue to the left and Metairie Road to the right, and now the control city is New Orleans Business District. There is no exit 231B on I-10 East, but westbound, Florida Avenue and West End Boulevard get the B designation. The next exit is 232, used for Airline Highway, Tulane Avenue, and Carrollton Avenue. A long, tall, curving overpass crosses these streets as well as a railroad track, and a series of fly-unders connect a long collector-distributor setup that rejoins I-10 after the overpass. Traffic getting onto I-10 after the overpass includes that from Carrollton Avenue, Airline Highway, Tulane Avenue, Metairie Road, and City Park Avenue. Here, I-10 veers off to the right, but we continue straight on the Pontchartrain Expressway, taking left exit 234A off of I-10. We're now on the US 90 business route west, even though we're heading southeast at this point. This will take us along the Calliope Street corridor, with the CBD and Warehouse District to our left and the Garden District and Uptown to our right. You can get a good look at the Caesars Superdome and the city skyline here. The Pontchartrain Expressway continues as a viaduct over Calliope Street to the river. Make note of the reversible HOV lanes a level above us, which connect the Central Business District near the Union Passenger Terminal to the Westbank. At this point, the Pontchartrain Expressway ends and the Crescent City Connection begins. We're on the old 1950s era Greater New Orleans or GNO bridge heading to the West Bank. The East Bank bound bridge to our left was completed in the late 1980s, and that's when the two bridges were collectively given the name of Crescent City Connection. While we're heading to the West Bank and on US 90 Business West, we're actually traveling due east as we cross the river because the river temporarily flows north here. Now, the Crescent City Connection is known by everyone to be in New Orleans, but actually the city limits of Gretna extend under the bridge at an angle, coming to a point in the center of the river about halfway up the length of the Montreal Convention Center. As a result, when you cross this bridge, you're in Gretna for about a half mile before returning to New Orleans and entering the Algiers neighborhood. Algiers is the Westbank portion of New Orleans, making up the 15th Ward, which originated at the point in the river directly across from Jackson Square. Algiers Point is the second oldest neighborhood in the city and had its beginnings in 1719, just a year after the French Quarter. The first Jefferson Parish exit is Terry Parkway, which is the main street of the unincorporated community of Terrytown to our left. The control city becomes Westwego Gretna, although Gretna comes first. The highway name becomes Westbank Expressway here, officially designated as the Harry Lee Expressway, for the longtime sheriff of Jefferson Parish who died in 2007. We enter the incorporated city of Gretna here, the parish seat of Jefferson Parish. We'll conclude this series here as we take exit 8 to Stump Boulevard, since it's really starting to rain and it's getting dark from the cloud cover. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, post a comment, subscribe, share and follow us on social media, and join us for our next 504 road trip.